What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Second Avenue Podcast. I'm your host, Jonathan Linares.
I'm your other host, Elijah Venetia. Man, what a difference a year makes. Uh, Shout out my boy Jonathan. Shout out the Boston Celtics. But he got it done this year. It felt a lot better than where we were like probably this exact episode last year.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it was like dates were in sync there. Great series though. Good game. I mean,
was it
go
was it a good
Heat,
game?
go Heat.
Was Game 7 really a good game? I don't know. I honestly kind of forgot about everything that happened. Like the NBA season ended after that game. I mean, it was just over for me. The finals, I mean, I'm going to tune in. I didn't catch game one. I'm going to watch tonight, though, but it's over. The season's over. I mean, Giannis was doing all this talk about there's no such thing as failures or stepping stones, whatever, but like it was a wrap. Like it was over. It was an embarrassment. Congratulations to the Heat. I mean, Jimmy got that dog in him. Caleb Martin and Max Strus just turned into Steph and Clay for a couple games. And I don't know what else there was to say. I mean, Jaylen Brown couldn't dribble with his left hand. Tough. I remember when he got his contract, his last contract, they were talking about how are they really going to give this money to a guy that has more turnovers than assists? And I was like, that can't be true. And it was true. I mean, it's crazy. It was close, but like,
He
that's
just like me
crazy.
for real. He got no left hand.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see what they do this offseason. Obviously, very big decision to make here with Jalen's future and some of the other pieces. So we'll see what happens. Peyton Pritchard potentially once
He's
gone. Well, I
gone.
mean,
Peyton
yeah,
Pritchard's fucking requesting trades now.
season's over. Peyton Pritchard's gone. I don't know what we're gonna do. No, I don't know.
If
We'll see.
you may fuck around and lose Luke Cornett next.
I know that's the demon, man. We'll see. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, NBA offseason's fun. It'll be here soon enough. I mean, I'm just hoping my team can get it done. Jimmy's guaranteeing 4 more wins, so I got to trust in him. So good game tonight. We got to get one here. So
For sure. So I'll be tuned in. We'll talk about, the next week of games, next episode, but obviously big one. So I'm pretty impartial here. Whatever happens, happens. But obviously, if you're happy, I'm happy. So maybe we go Heat. I don't know. But that like stings a little bit. Like I really don't want the Heat to win, but I like Jimmy. Whatever. We'll see. Whatever
they're
happens,
two
happens
likable
to me.
teams. If you would
They
have told me
are.
the Heat weren't going to make it, the Nuggets won, I'd be okay with it. But if the Nuggets win now, I'll be down horrendous. So I can't
I
have two of
agree.
my teams lose in the championship. Like that's rough.
I agree. It almost feels a little bit like the NCAA basketball championship to me, though. Like when there's not one of those like blue blood teams,
Yeah.
it's kind of just like whatever. I feel like that's kind of how the finals is this year. Like, there's no LeBron, there's no star power with KD. Obviously, Jokic is a star, but it's just not the same.
Yeah, we'll see what happens though. We'll obviously be back next week. I mean, hopefully the Heat have a commanding. It should be 3-1 lead by then. So
For sure. All right. We're joined by a very special guest here, my sister Lauren. She's, if you've been around the podcast for a minute, you know her. She's one of our first guests, along with our cousin Sammy. But she had a night. If you can't tell, if you're not watching on YouTube, you're not able to see her hat right now. She spent some hours on this one for sure.
It is bejeweled for sure.
oh
It,
wow.
Yeah.
she
I
didn't
I
buy that on
looked at
Etsy,
it.
bro. She did
Yeah.
that. She really did
I
that.
I woke up this morning and I looked at some of the pictures and I thought it said ears at first because I was still like just waking up. I was like, why'd you with that?
That was my biggest fear, that I would mess it up and put the ears to her.
At least, yeah, same mindset there. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, we're talking about all the eras, the eras, whatever. She taught Taylor Swift last night, Soldier Field,
Awesome.
big night. We got to have her in here. We talk mostly rap. We got to cater to everybody here. We got to cater to the Swifties. If the Swifties aren't rocking with us, we're not going anywhere. So, got to get them on board.
True. There were so many people in the stadium, outside the stadium. It was a whole event. Actually, the night before we had went and listened from outside the stadium because it's just so cool still. So last night, our seats were pretty good. We could see the sides, so we could see the dancers coming on and off, and Taylor when she was laying on her house for folklore. Anyway, you guys are going to have to get the recap. I'll post on Instagram, do not worry. But it was so cool and so awesome to be there and see it. And like Folklore to Evermore Midnights, hearing that live, it's going to change the way I listen to it now. And also, you guys, I know you guys love your throwback music.
Oh yeah,
Everything off
Yeah.
Fearless, You Belong With Me, Love Story,
hits.
whatever, Fearless, you guys would have gone crazy. There was something for everyone. And I am so grateful to say I attended the Taylor Swift Eras Tour.
Yeah, I feel like everybody wants to be there, but not everybody is. So crazy that
Yeah.
you were able to.
God bless. Shout out my friend Emma, who literally went to war to get tickets.
Shout out. We got 2 questions.
Okay.
1, what were the surprise songs?
Okay. The first surprise song, she brought Maren Morris out. This was her song on guitar, and they sang You All Over Me off the re-recording of Fearless. And then the second song was on piano, and it was, oh my gosh, the song from 50 Shades of Grey. You guys would probably know this one too. I Don't Want to Live Forever, featuring Zayn. So people were like, oh my gosh, she's gonna bring out Zayn.
Okay.
She didn't. But that was also seeing us or hearing a
Nice.
song in a new light, like
Mhm.
on piano. It was cool.
Oh yeah, I feel like anytime I
Yeah.
go to a show, I have that like one song that just hits a little bit different afterwards, and sounds
However,
like that one.
I was swearing by she was going to play Ivy, because Ivy, Wrigley Field,
yeah.
the whole thing,
Mhm.
because the night before we had heard from the outside that she was playing the Lakes, which Great Lakes, Lake Michigan,
Good times.
she was right
good times,
there.
yeah.
So I was like, it's going to be Ivy. So if tonight it's Ivy, well, Sunday night.
Last
Yes,
night.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Anyway, if she plays Ivy sometime in Chicago, you heard it here first.
I like that.
All right,
I like the
yeah.
deduction. And then the last question, what's your
Yes.
favorite song she played?
Oh no. Oh my goodness. That is so hard. The second song right off the bat was Cruel Summer, and that was awesome because she really hyped you up. Like, okay, we're approaching our first bridge tonight, and everyone just, it was so crazy. Everyone just singing so loud. That was awesome. I'll say that because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like forgetting to breathe. My head hurts so hard. Like, I was just singing my little heart out, and so was everyone else in Soldier Field.
What a vibe.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, sounds like a great time. That's like one that I would go see, be Taylor Swift, because I feel like that energy's got to be different. Like,
Yes, it was awesome. Also, honorable mention to Champagne Problems. That was like emotional.
Nice.
She was like crying, and she was talking about Marjorie and how that's named after her grandma. It was
What a vibe.
great. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was an experience all the way through, all the eras. That's iconic.
Fire.
next time she's in town, Jonathan, I guess we're pulling up. So
The thing is, I just wouldn't feel like worthy. Like there's people that are way more.
yeah,
in that,
no,
so
like
it's
I know,
I'm
yeah.
stealing a seat from somebody. Like, but it would be cool to see her. So maybe we'll have to make it happen. We'll see.
Yeah,
But
maybe a little
Lauren,
back
thank you
page
for joining
stash.
us.
Thanks for having me, guys. This is awesome. I'm literally just freshly back. This is awesome.
Yep.
I'm still
perfect
riding
timing.
This
the
is raw.
high.
Yeah, this is raw. So
Yep.
Yes.
All right, we'll have to get her on another time. Maybe do another little throwbacks. You know, she was just mentioning how we love the throwbacks. You know, if you haven't seen the title already, today's a throwback pop episode, baby. We in this, so we'll get to that shortly.
Perfect.
First, we got to get in the Aux battle results, though. Lauren, thank you for joining us. You know, we were just talking about losses. The Celtics season was over after a big loss. My season's not over, but I did take a big L in Aux battle number 6. Congratulations to you on the win here. You know, when we going through our picks last episode, I was like, I don't know how I'm feeling about my chances. Like, I think I could have come a little bit harder, pause, but there's a game 7. You know, I live to see another day. You live to see another day. Game 7 gonna be one for the ages. Coming up soon. We'll get into the date in a second, but first, let's run through these results from Aux battle number 6. The first category was 2023 song. I went Search and Rescue. You went 100 overall. Babytron. I won that one 83 to 17%. Next, Certified Hood Classic. This was a wipe. You went Love Sosa, a cheat code. I went Hard in the Paint, which I thought was a good option,
alternative.
but it's nowhere near Chief Keef. That was 88 to 12%. Then 2010's Pop. If you liked that, you're going to like today's episode. I went Get Lucky. You went Summertime Sadness. I won 66 to 34. So it's 2-1 here, me. J. Cole next. You went Power Trip. I went 95 South. This was a bigger blowout than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be close because there are different versions of Cole. You won that one 69 to 31, though. 2-2. Next, we got SoundCloud Classic. I went Juice by Chance the Rapper. You went Money Longer by Uzi. You won that one 59 to 41. 3-2 you. Then a song by an artist we don't mention in the pod much. I went Capital Steez by Capital Steez, and you went Dark Light by Night Lavelle, and I won that one 74-26. So we're 3-3 going to game 7 here, much like the series as a whole. And the final category was a song from a childhood video game soundtrack. Funny enough, we both went with songs from NBA 2K. Mine being We Major from NBA 2K13, and you picked All the Lights from NBA 2K14, and you ran away with it in the 7th matchup, 86% to 14%. Hopefully that's not how it goes in game 7 of the Aux battle, but we'll see.
Yeah. I'll state this. I ain't gonna say much about it. I'm not gonna rub it in, but you shouldn't let me get one. You should have finished me out on your
I'll let you get 3.
You shouldn't let me. You should have finished me out on your home court, game 6. But now we're back at my hypothetical home court here.
We are, and it's going to be a good one. I'm very excited to get into it. It had been a minute since we last had an Aux battle. I felt like it was a little bit rusty.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to be the case this time. We're running Aux battle matchup number 7 on July 3rd. So under a month away, not very much of a wait at all. And the way we're going to pick the categories, we're each going to pick 3, one from each Aux battle that we lost. And then we're going to let you guys pick the 7th one here. It's going to be crazy. It's very fitting that we're going to do it around here because we did one of our Aux battles on 4th of July last year. So getting it the day before, it just feels right.
Yeah. It's going to be something special, game 7, what's bigger than that? So, just stay tuned. It's a month away. I'm not going to look ahead. I'm going to just knock out these episodes we got in the way and, just get my team right, get ready. So
for sure. It's going to be a good one. Let us know. Instagram DMs. We'll do a poll one of these days asking you guys what category we should do for the 7th one here. But I'm excited either way. So just make sure you're following us so you guys see that poll and, let your voice be heard and have a little bit of an impact on this game 7. If you're rocking with me, pick a category you think I might win, and otherwise pick one Elijah might win. Hey, we'll see. But either way, going to be a good one whenever it happens. But let's get into the topic of today's episode. We just had Lauren on, she was talking about the Taylor Swift concert. We love the throwbacks. You can tell by the title, obviously, it's the 2013 Summer Songs Draft. We just did the summer songs for this year playlist. So it felt right to do some more summer songs vibes because it's just the weather's starting to get nice. The windows are going down and it's just been a vibe listening to all these songs in the car, which is like my favorite place to listen to music for sure. And we wanted to do a little throwback vibe. We always love the throwback vibes. To think these songs are 10 years old, that's crazy.
It is insane. Just this summer, I felt like was like when you start officially doing stuff on your own, So that was kind of like this summer. So I got fond memories, at the pool and everything. Where would you find yourself on a June 2013 summer?
Man, that was summer basketball, I would say. June was mostly a basketball month, and then July would be a soccer month along with August and, the rest of the fall. But June was definitely a basketball month. Specifically, June 2013, I think that was the summer we went to a Purdue basketball tournament. That was fire. I think went to ISU that summer. I don't remember. All the basketball summers kind of just go together, but I was definitely in the lab a lot of these summers. So I don't know. Maybe the weight room is where I would picture some of these songs, or, running around with the boys. One of those I would say is the place I spent most of my time in June. What about you though?
I'd say, definitely on a bike at the pool. This is my last year. I played baseball before I blew up my arm. So, definitely at the pool before a game and going to play the game and, just kicking it with Mauricio after. We probably hung out literally every day this summer. So it was a good summer though.
Let's get into this pool of songs because there's some heaters here. The way we got these songs is we looked at the Billboard chart from this day, or this week, I guess, in 2013, and pick from the top songs, as well as we found a list from Complex to get a little more rap in there. And this is just a crazy strong list. Let's get into it. First, we got Beware by Big Sean. Next, Clarity by Zed. The Way by Ariana Grande and Mac Miller. Type of Way, Rich Homie Quan. We Can't Stop, Miley Cyrus. Versace Remix by Migos and Drake. Get Lucky by Daft Punk. Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke. Can't Hold Us by Macklemore. Just Give Me a Reason by Pink. Mirrors by Justin Timberlake. Cruise, Florida Georgia Line. I Love It, Icona Pop and Charlie XCX. Stay by Rihanna. Radioactive by Imagine Dragons. When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars. Feel This Moment by Pitbull and Christina Aguilera. Holy Grail by Jay-Z and Justin Timberlake, Ain't It Fun by Paramore, and Wake Me Up by Avicii. There's some
God,
hitters
what
here.
a summer.
Yeah,
What a
there's some
summer.
hitters here.
Yeah, this was fun to think about. I didn't like go too in depth because I didn't want my pick to get stolen. So I will take first pick though. I mean,
Are we doing a
I was
snake
young.
draft though? We haven't talked about that. We're doing snake.
Yeah, we could do snake.
So you go first, I get next two.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay, let's get it. You go first.
All right, with my first pick here, this is like a top 5 song probably ever to me. I gotta go "Mirrors" by Justin Timberlake. This is a clear-cut number 1. This is Victor Wembanyama to me. So
that's crazy. It's a good pick, but there's definitely, we've been saying it, there's so many good songs on this. I wouldn't have been mad at like any song you took because I know that there's some other just absolute.
You still got
hitters
Scoot
here.
Henderson. Yeah,
Exactly. And I feel like it's obvious where I'm going to go here. It was my pick for a 2010s pop song last week. My first pick's going to be "Get Lucky" by Daft Punk and Pharrell.
That one
I love this track so much.
dominated the poll. I was very surprised at that. I thought it'd be a tight race. I thought Lana Del Rey was going to get a lot of love, but "Get Lucky" was just too strong. So I saw that one being a top pick by you.
Yeah, it had to be. And then wrapping it around here with pick number 2, I have one that I think is going to fall to me a little bit later on my board
Don't
here.
be so sure.
I know I won't be so sure, but I do want to go with the rap song because the rap in this isn't as deep. So I think I need to get one now. And I'm going to go Versace because, I mean, that was Run It. That was my intro to the Migos. And especially that summer, I'm not bumping as much now, but that summer, I was running that one up for sure. All these pops were definitely like crazy rotation, but that was one of the bigger rap songs this summer, so I got to have it.
Yeah, and I was assuming it was going to be that or "Beware" by Big Sean, which will be my first of my 2 picks here. Okay. Just another great song. Like I feel like you couldn't go wrong with either of those options. Those are by the top of my big board there. So, for my number 3 pick, give me "Can't Hold Us" by Macklemore.
Ooh, okay.
This one just like screams like playing 2K with this song. Just trying to go crazy. What a great album by Macklemore, and I just hear this one going. This is, I feel like, the most played song out of all these too. Like radio play, it was going crazy. So,
oh yeah, this is one where I was thinking about it when I saw the pool of songs, and I was like, "Is it corny? Is it not? Is it aged well? What's the vibe on it?" And I just like thought about it, and it has like an anthemic vibe to it. Like, you can hear this at a sporting event. There's a lot of places you could hear this, and I think it has aged pretty well. As much as you could look at some of these other Macklemore songs like "Thrift Shop," it's aged so much better than "Thrift Shop."
Oh, for sure.
So I like that pick a lot. It was, near the bottom. I was hoping I could sneak it in one of the last picks, but I definitely respect you taking it here.
This is like in a Will Ferrell type movie, like when they start like doing like I don't know, the scene where a climax scene or something, it's just randomly still playing it in movies like that. So,
oh yeah.
I'm glad to go get the player I want. So,
and I'm glad I can get the player I want. I didn't know if this is, a song that's going to be at the top of your board, but I think that this one holds up very well. I'm going "Ain't It Fun" by Paramore.
I'll let you have that. He was not on my draft board.
Wow, you got to give that boy some respect. You obviously weren't in the B gym at 9 a.m. because you were missing out on a star.
Yeah. I was not in the B gym. I was 11 years old. Yes.
That's tragic. I meant the figurative B gym. I was talking more John Morant, but that's a John Morant. That's a diamond in the rough right now. The kid might have some attitude issues, and we're to look into that, but I think I found a diamond in the rough there with "Ain't It Fun." I'm happy to take that track here. Okay, so my team so far, we got Versace, we got "Get Lucky," and we got "Ain't It Fun." And so that leaves me here with a tough choice. I got a kid I'm eyeing right now. I see some potential in this kid. He's got superstar potential for sure. The names attached to this track make me think I got to go him here. You took a Justin Timberlake song, so I think I got to go with one myself. I'm going Holy Grail. When you get Hove, when you get JT together, it's a hit. I mean, obviously, we got Suit and Tie as well that didn't make this list, but that was another great song around this time. I loved Holy Grail though.
If Mirrors wasn't on this, that would have been a higher pick for me. I just felt like I couldn't double up on the JT. I got to have some diversity here.
That's what I was kind of thinking. Like, I didn't think you were going to also take it, so maybe I could have waited till next round, but I wanted to make sure I got the kid and I got my guy. So I got my guy. Yeah. So I'm happy with, with my pick there.
All right. So for my last two picks here, I'm really considering a double up on like sad songs. Get some more diversity, get a sad song. Ultimately, I'm not going to go with the double up, but I will go with the one here. I got Stay by Rihanna. And then I'll reveal my last track on that after the draft. What was in contention to be my, what would it be, fourth and fifth pick? Oh, okay. Last pick here. Damn. Give me We Can't Stop by Miley Cyrus.
Oh, that was one of mine that's on my big board for sure.
I didn't know where I was going to get that one at. And I'm very happy to get it with my last pick. So
I will say there's only one song that's left on my big board right now, and I don't even know if I'm going to take it. There's something else that's catching my eye right now. I like those picks, though, a lot. I'm going to guess that your other sad song is going to be When I Was Your Man, which it's in. You don't got to give it away either way, but I'm guessing that's what it was. I'm eyeing that, and I'm eyeing The Way. I think those are good songs. Man, this is a tough one. I'm going to say off rip, Clarity by Zed. I'm not even looking at that. Type of Way by Rich Homie Quan. Respect it a lot. Very happy to have it as an option. Brought me some nostalgia, but I don't think I'm going with it. So I kind of got it down to those two here. And I'm going to go with When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, it was really hard to leave that song off my team and go with Stay. I'm still kind of having second thoughts about that. So I feel like a sad song was a necessity here, and those were the top two for sure. So I like that.
I would agree. I think you got Just Give Me a Reason as well. That's a lower tier option, but it's definitely an option as well. There's a couple good ones. The Way, I was thinking about that one heavy, though. I hadn't thought about that song in a minute, and that was my main reason for being like, I got to go a different direction. It was originally on my big board, but I just haven't thought about it enough since, Then I loved that track. Mac Miller on the radio. I mean, that was fire. But Ariana Grande's had better songs. Mac Miller's had better songs. Just couldn't go with it.
No, I get that for sure. I feel like in 2013, I was bumping that shit all the time. It still comes on every now and then, still saved in the playlist. So always give it the love. But it was in contention for my last pick, but didn't end up making it.
Respect. All right. This was a good one, though. We know we're going to put out a poll, see how you guys think we did, who won. There's, still 10 songs that went unpicked here. So I think you could make a team that's like competitive with the leftovers. You still got I Love It. That was one that I kind of didn't even think about, but that has potential. And the other one I was going to say,
Avicii, that shit was on the radio 24/7.
That one was crazy. One I thought you were going to go with that you didn't. For some reason, I thought you were a Blurred Lines guy.
I do really like Blurred Lines, but I don't know. I just haven't listened to it so much since, like, I think it was on that 2K with that LeBron had chose the track list, and I feel like since then it just hasn't. And I know it doesn't serenade well with the fans. It's not a team guy, so if I was just picking one song and starting a team, maybe Blurred Lines would be the pick, but
that's crazy.
He just didn't fit into our team, our culture. So
yeah. He's definitely not a big culture guy. I think that's a track that I just haven't heard since then. Like I never even liked it then. He wasn't on my board. Didn't even really send a scout to check him out.
Yeah. I knew he'd fall to me at the last pick just because, the off the court concerns. So
exactly. We're talking about, all right, let's run through our final selections here. First with my team, I have Get Lucky by Daft Punk, Versace Remix by Migos and Drake, Ain't It Fun by Paramore, Holy Grail by Jay-Z and Justin Timberlake, and When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars. I'm pretty happy with my team.
Yeah, and here's my roster here. We got Mirrors by Justin Timberlake, Beware by Big Sean, Jhené Aiko, Lil Wayne. And then we also have We Can't Stop by Miley Cyrus, Can't Hold Us by Macklemore, and then closing it out with Stay by Rihanna.
I like that. I like that team as well. Beware was another track I haven't heard in a minute, but that
That
brought
one's
back memories.
that's like I don't. It's just one of the songs that's just been in rotation since the day it came out. So I've probably been one of my top 100 songs every year. So I had to grab that up when I saw it there when I wanted it. So
Fire. I think that was one that had a lot of Instagram captions in early Instagram, had a lot of tweets with lyrics. That was one of those ones early on in the social media, in this age of social media. But yeah, fire. We'll put up that poll tomorrow, though. Make sure you go vote. Let us know who won. And then let us know who your team would be, because there's so many different options to go with here. We'll put out like a feed Instagram post, so comment on that. Show us some love. Give us some interaction. Let us know who your 5 picks would be. But let's get into this week's releases, starting off with the projects. We got Metro Boomin, Moneybagg Yo, Tusi, Lil Peep, and Fabio Foreign. Then we got singles from Gunna, Hit Boy, Kid Cudi, Dominic Fike, Lotto and Cardi B, Dave and Central C, Saba and No ID, Friday and Chris Brown, Baby Keem and Kendrick, The Weeknd, Playboy Cardi and Madonna, Sofego, Designer, Lucky, Kenny Mason, and John Baptiste with JID.
a little bit slower week for album releases. The Metro Boomin project was crazy though with all the features on there. It's a really enjoyable listen. I don't think it'd be like album of the year, anything like that, but it's an enjoyable listen there. And then the singles this week really were great, honestly. The Gunna one's got to be my favorite for the week, and then Dom Fike did his thing. I like the Saba and No ID track as well.
Great picks there. My favorite got to be, Kendrick and Baby Keem. Obviously, if that was on streaming services, it'd be a little bit better. I saw something saying it's going to come to streaming services the day this drops, so maybe it will. I don't know. I don't know how reliable of a source it was, but that would be cool if it does. I got to give some love here to Kenny Mason and Lucky, though. Those are two of my guys. Love both those tracks a lot. The Lucky one, I would say, is probably my most played track of the week. And then the one I want to talk about a little bit here, The Weeknd with Cardi and Madonna. That was such a random collab. Obviously, it's for his TV show, The Idol. It's coming out tonight, last night, if you're watching on Monday. But I'm very excited for the show. This one, I think, is better than Double Fantasy was. I think Double Fantasy was cool with Future that came out earlier this year. But I think this one's a little bit better. I think Cardi is a little bit of a weird fit. I don't think he ruins it. They talk about like features that ruin songs. I don't think this one ruins it. It's just interesting. Like, I don't think
different.
they needed it. A little bit of unnecessary. I think that Madonna was a pretty good feature to have, but The Weeknd kills it. I mean, that's always gonna be my guy, so I'm gonna love that. But he killed it on this one.
Well, what would your reaction be in 2020 if you had heard that after a whole lot of red, if you had heard Playboy Cardi was gonna be on a song with Madonna?
Crazy. I wouldn't know what to think. I wouldn't know what it would sound like. I saw some people comparing the sound on this track to like that early 2000s Justin Timberlake sound that we both love. And I was like, okay, I can kind of see that the way the beat got that Timberland kind of sound. But yeah, hearing even Cardi on that was different, let alone on him and Madonna solo track. Couldn't imagine that, but it was cool for now.
Yeah, cool stuff. I did enjoy that track as well, and I'm gonna watch the show. So maybe we could do weekly updates like we used to do with Euphoria. So
fire, yeah. I think this is like the new Euphoria until that comes back, which seems like it's gonna be a minute. So
yeah, we'll see how the debut goes and see if it's worth that type of hype. So
yeah, so maybe be back next week and we'll talk about that. We'll see. Let's get in the next piece of news here. It's looking like June 23rd might be the release day of the year, potentially. Obviously, nothing's confirmed. That's the thing about a lot of these days coming up, these weeks coming up. There's no real release date set, so it's all speculation. But there's talk that June 23rd could be the release date for both The Pink Tape by Lil Uzi Vert and Utopia by Travis Scott. Two crazy hyped up projects. It would be quite the day if they both released. There's reasoning to support Uzi because he's wearing a shirt. It's a Pink Day, and Pink Day is June 23rd. And then people think Utopia might drop because it's the date that's on those Dystopia singles that dropped, a couple years back, a year and a half back, whatever that was. But people are saying it might be a stretch because the date on those covers is the same as the date that's on like the inspiration picture. So it's like that would have been just a coincidence. And it would be crazy if he planned it out that far ahead, because that was a while back and that was before the whole Astroworld tragedy. So it's like he probably wasn't planning to wait a year and a half.
Till June
Yeah.
from, well, even just June 23rd of 2021, which it would have been like or what's it, 2022, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that was a Friday, so I think that would have been like
Yeah.
different.
Okay. Yeah.
But maybe he would have.
But like I feel like now, like you literally have the material right there. Like the perfect reason to drop it on June 23rd now would be my only reason for why it would come out on that date. So
yeah, so we'll see. What was your original prediction? We talked about it. I think I said the 30th.
16th. It was 23rd in between our guesses, so 16th and 30th.
We'll see. I mean, obviously that'd be kind of tough. It came out between our guesses, but I do think it's going to be a June drop. Like, why wouldn't it be? It's been ready. We know
the
that
material right there to drop it on June 23rd. You may as well just do it.
Might as well. We'll see what happens, though. Obviously, we'll be back with our reaction whenever it drops. Next piece of news here: Sunflower by Post Malone and Sway Lee is now the highest certified single in RIAA history, surpassing Old Town Road. I think this is just wild timing that it came out. The new Spider-Man movie just came out. Obviously, this is from a previous Spider-Man soundtrack. Crazy timing, but good track. It kind of blows my mind that it's as big as it is, but
yeah, it doesn't feel that big. But I mean, obviously, the Spider-Man track helps there, and I mean, Post Malone just does crazy numbers regardless. So, even like that Diamond album that he had, that's going to be insane. So,
facts. Last piece of news here: Kanye officially returns to Adidas. They're doing some sales right now, and they sold $170 million. Was it a day?
Yeah.
And that was over 680,000 shoes. Kanye himself has supposedly made 25 million from that sale as well. So that's just crazy numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a crazy situation. I did not think we'd be here. I mean, even last year. So big dub for Ye. Big dub for Yeezy and Adidas. I mean, for everyone there, all parties are winning. So
yeah, hasn't taken too many dubs in a minute. So
yeah, he needed one.
This is definitely one. This is definitely one. Yeah, if he hasn't been in the public eye in a minute, so this is like really the first time we've talked about him in a minute. But yeah, crazy numbers there. Big day for Ye. But that's gonna wrap up this week's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully we gave you some nostalgia vibes with all these old 2013 songs we talked about. I love talking about them. I know you do too. Brings back all the memories. Really the reason for the podcast, talk about all the songs that made us who we are today. And I think it was a hit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed.
No, I love throwback tracks. And then especially this summer, like we both have kind of just ruled that out. It's just such a great summer. So it was a good time doing it. And go vote on the polls to see who had the better roster. We'll be back next week.